Wells Fargo down, and they will not continue to profiteer from our communities, from immigrant communities being detained for one private.
We're here today because the bank that's behind me, Wells Fargo, very well-known, massive bank in this country, invests upwards of $5 billion in what are called detention centers. And this is the place where, when our immigrant brothers and sisters get picked up by the police and put into deportation proceedings, they're held in these prison-like situations. Not only do they invest in detention centers, they also invest in anti-immigrant legislation. So basically they use their money to push Congress to pass laws that put more people into their detention centers, and that way they guarantee their profit. There are people that have died in the facilities. I have a good friend over at UC Berkeley whose uncle died because he didn't get his insulin and he was a diabetic. And there's very poor medical care. So that's one common complaint, and there's been more than one person to die in detention. There have been folks who have mental disabilities who have been held by mistake for long periods of time because they couldn't communicate the reality. Women have had to give birth in shackles. There have been rapes in these detention centers. There has been a lot of abuse. There's no rights. You can't see a lawyer. It's kind of the worst of the incarceration system in this country. And they profit a lot from it because it's a private process. So every day that somebody is in one of those beds, they make money through their mutual funds. Oakland has been moving in the same direction as Arizona and as Alabama and all these places that have passed anti-immigrant laws, but it's been a little more sophisticated. Rather than come out and say that they want to police undocumented people, here they've gone after youth in general, but specifically Latino youth. Their so-called war on crime and war on the gangs has become a way to police excessively the Latino community in East Oakland. And when they do that, of course, because of secure communities and agreement between the police and the immigration enforcement machine, now if a young person is caught up because of their curfew laws that they're trying to pass or because of their gang injunctions, or just for wearing the wrong color in the wrong place at the wrong time, you can be arrested. Any of these arrests now can lead to deportation.
Democracy.
So I know that one of my friends, it was her mom's birthday, and they were driving, and her brother was driving without a license, and they were driving to go get her buy her some flowers for her birthday, and the police stopped them for speeding, and because somebody didn't have a seatbelt in the back seat, and they stopped them, and then after that they took him to jail, and then he got deported after that, like quickly. And like that brother was the one who was supporting the family, then the dad was not there, and it was really tough for them. Even to concentrate in school, it impacted them so much that even for like things supporting for ourselves, we can't concentrate as much.
CCA, which is Corrections Corporation of America, and the other one is called the GEO Group. Both of them are leaders in the growth of the private prison industry, and especially the detention centers. And they want to keep their costs low because that's how they make money, and that's why the conditions are so bad. The food is not fit for prison. People are encaged in a room in boot camp conditions. And this is not supposed to be punitive. It's not supposed to be a prison. It's a detention center, and that's a euphemism. But it's supposed to be just to keep people from leaving when they're in deportation proceedings, not to punish them. And yet it's worse than prison.
Con nuestro dinero. Eso es lo que hacen con nuestro dinero. Eso es lo que hacen con nuestro dinero.
They're breaking up a lot of families, and it's just not right. We want them to just not support it, and to do something else, like the beneficial, like giving that money to schools, to education, to things that we really need, not to things that are like not worth it.
Our demands for Wells Fargo are very clear. We want them to divest from CCA, GEO, and all the prison profiteers and the detention centers. We don't want them to spend a single dollar on lobbying for anti-immigrant legislations or supporting anti-immigrant politicians. Honestly, we doubt they do that. So this is about exposing them. Either we shame them into doing it, or we expose them and we get our community to pull their money out and stop funding our own pain.
You can't do this!